Hello everyone, welcome back to Nascent Toy Collector. Welcome to MOTU Monday, because Mattel stole MOTUSday, which is probably the best sounding way to combine Masters of the Universe in a day that I've ever heard. And it's kind of weird, we kind of hit on these ideas sometimes at the same time, and I think Mattel and I both had the exact same idea, MOTUSday. Anyway, I can't use MOTUSday because they're using it. So I'm going to go with MOTU Monday because I like alliteration here on this channel. I am a fan of Stan Lee, and I know that could be a controversial statement in this day and age, but I'm sticking to my guns. Stan is the man, and I don't give a fuck what you say otherwise. I'm sticking to it. Anyway, today I have for you, because of my brother, my wonderful brother, and my awesome nieces and my sister-in-law, I am now in possession of a new Eternia Beast Man, Target exclusive. And this thing is badass. God, look at the box on this thing. It's this 40th anniversary He-Man logo. And let me just see if you can really get a good shot of that there. Look at that thing. Man, oh man, that is so badass. What a great way to celebrate He-Man's 40th anniversary. Not just He-Man, but Masters of the Universe. And what better way to do it than with new Eternia? As you can see, this is in the Masterverse line, which Mattel has been doing pretty awesomely. Recently, I've reviewed Viking He-Man, Barbarian Skeletor, and now I get this awesome Beast Man. Now look at the packaging. Like I was saying, 40th anniversary. You look to the side here. Awesome artwork, as always, on the side of these Masterverse boxes. Look at this Beast Man. I mean, damn, that looks cool. That would make Mark Taylor proud, I do believe. Look at that thing. Super badass. Love the packaging on these things. And on the back, even cooler, is that a female Beast Woman? I think it is. Check that out. Really awesome. This whole thing is just fantastic. And then it has the cross-sell, which I think is an interesting cross-sell. I know this is new Eternia Zodak, which I cannot wait for. It says also available. These aren't available yet, though. He-Man from the new CGI Netflix cartoon, Skeletor from the CGI Netflix show, and Catra. And this is what's really cool. Is this a new Eternia Catra, or is this Masterverse Catra, hopefully to be seen in Masters of the Universe Revolution? Who knows? Is it possible? Can Netflix bring Catra and She-Ra into their Masters of the Universe? I have no idea. Cannot wait to see. Anyway, here's the box. Shaman of the 7 savage tribes that dwell within the majestic jungles of Eternia, Beast Man defeated the mighty bear demon and earned the right to lead his people. Then they mysteriously disappeared. Now he searches all corners of the planet for his tribe. Nothing can stop him from reuniting them under his care. Not the barbaric He-Man, not even the evil Skeletor. So, again, because this is new Eternia, we're getting tribal leader as Beastman's title. And this Beastman doesn't seem affiliated with Skeletor for new Eternia. That's an awesome new twist on the character. Something that I hope maybe we get comics, or we get, fingers crossed, maybe we get a cartoon about new Eternia. I don't know. I want something. I want something that extrapolates more information out of these little captions that are on the back of the boxes. This is fucking awesome. Not He-Man, it says, not Skeletor. I'm excited to see where this could lead. However, this is a toy show, so I'm going to have to crack this guy out of this box and take a look at him. Let's get into it. Holy shit. Out of the package, this guy is huge. Wow, look at how big is... Hold on, let me bring in the tape measure. Wow. This guy is at about 7.5 inches tall, and that is pretty big. Now, these are typically a 7-inch line, 6.5, 7-inch line. Beast Man is huge, and you know, he's not even really standing up straight, as you can hopefully see there. This guy is massive. I'm loving all this armor. He's armored up. Like, it's kind of, it's a little loose, but wow, look at it. Man, this is impressive. Now, something right off the bat that has to be said, this is clearly based on Mark Taylor's original concept called Ursus Prime, that was a bear that was said ultimately to look too much like Chewbacca to be included in the Masters of the Universe toy line. So that's when the tweaks started with Beast Man, and that's how we got to what we eventually got. They went in a more ape-like direction first, and then ended up with the classic version of Beast Man that we saw in the action figure line from '82, and then what we saw on Filmation. And this awesomely, as New Eternia is wont to do, takes the Ursa Prime bear idea and just smashes it into what we know as Beastman. It does say on the back here that Beastman defeated the mighty bear demon and earned the right to lead his people. And now I believe he's wearing its skin. Check this out, guys. This is real flocked fur on him that he's wearing on his armor here. And it is really freaking cool. Look at that face. Look at the detail on that thing. Completely badass. Thank you, Alex, for bringing me this awesome action figure. Man, look at that. Wow. So damn cool. Down the back, you see the fur, and it's really nice feeling. Covers his shoulders and his back, and it's just so awesome. Now, notably, the head does pop right off there. Now, this doesn't like clip on or anything. It just kind of sits on top of his head. But when you take that off, it reveals a really cool looking version of Beastman, and really gives you a look at that armor that's very LOP feeling. Lords of Power, the original lineup before they changed the name to Masters of the Universe. It has that LOP feel with these spikes, not as gorilla-like, but overall has the skull on the front of it. It feels very LOP, very cool. I'm in love with this thing. This thing is awesome. Really cool. Now, it came with some accessories of note. It came with 2 hands, which is normal for anything Masterverse. Of course, it has 2 gripping hands because he has some weapons. You see, he has an open hand and a closed fist for punching. He also came with a spiked club, which is new for Beastman. This is not his normal weapon, but this is really nice. I can see him beating the hell out of somebody with that thing. Beastman, rewatching Filmation quickly became one of my very favorite characters from the show because he's so awesome. His interaction with Skeletor in the original show, so badass. He also came with his whip, which is typically the weapon we see Beastman with. He classically has always come with a whip. And we'll look later at a comparison to his origin figure, and you'll see that one has the whip as well. This one looks really cool. This is definitely everything about this thing is newly tooled. I don't have the first release of the Masterverse Beastman, which was from Revelation. I don't actually have that in my possession. I don't know if this is the same whip handle, but I don't believe it is. Very cool. And he also comes with a different piece of armor. A very stylistically cool looking piece of armor that maybe could remind you of something original. And we'll get into that in just a minute, but I'm still looking it over. And this thing, man, it has these nice armor pieces here that you can see are textured. You can see the texture there. Really, really, really sharp and fancy. He's got it on his shoulders, as he should have. Both shoulders are armored up. He has the 2 spiked piece on his left arm and the single spiked piece on his right arm. And then he has the knuckle duster from the original figure. You have to go that's a deep cut there. This knuckle duster from the original action figure from 81 or 82, whatever. Maybe 82. That's a really cool callback. And he's got the knee pads, and he's got the shin guards, and this guy is just armored to the teeth. I love it. Let's look at his articulation. His head moves, of course. His head's on a ball joint. Shoulders have complete functional rotation, of course. This is a Masterverse figure. It's going to have that typical kind of articulation. It's got the bicep swivel. Has the nice 3-point elbow, as you can see there. Has the 2 parts of articulation. Now, I haven't broke them free yet. Usually, it takes a little bit to break them free. You get those elbows kind of freed up, and you can get him to do things like, look, he can touch his face. And I mean, you could set him up in all kinds of poses. That 3-part elbow, while it sometimes looks weird with this big cutout, is really nice for posing. It really is. His wrists, of course, swivel. I don't think he has any other. No, his forearm doesn't swivel, but his wrists do all the way around. And you can see this armor piece is already kind of, sliding all over the place, which is just kind of typical of this kind of armor. It's just kind of loosely fastened to his forearm. His wrists do, of course, hinge as well. Coming down, he's got the crunch joint, and he has the waist swivel, of course. The legs move in all the typical directions, and he has the thigh swivel. And he also has the boot swivel, even though he's not wearing boots. His ankles go side to side and front to back. And, this is a really, of course, as all the Masterverse figures are, a very nicely articulated action figure. They all are. They're really nice. They've announced so much cool shit at San Diego Comic-Con this year. And this Beast Man, man, I'm in love with it. Look at that. The posing options are limitless. Now let's take a look at him with the other piece of armor on him. As you can see, this armor is really easy to pop off. It's really easily unhooks from his, let's see here. I'm going to say it's easy. You kind of just pull it off here. May not be. Yeah, there we go. See that? Comes right off of him. You can set it right there. And you can see you're starting to look at a pretty familiar looking Beast Man. Man, look at that. Gosh, he looks so awesome. I really, really, really do dig it. I wish that piece of armor would stay kind of straight on his forearm there. But other than that, look at him. Man, he looks awesome. Now, if you were to take this piece, let's see if I can get him to stand up here. He doesn't want to stand, you guys. Let's see if I can get him to stand up. There he is. Let me disconnect this piece here. As you can see, it's got the little clasp. Pretty standard MOTU stuff. Slide it. Oh, I'm going to have to pull its head off. So you can see that head joint. Just a head off. Just a little ball there. Put this over. And clip it in the back. And it just kind of, well, if I can even do it there. Just kind of snaps in place there if I can get it to work. There it goes. And looky there. We're getting a much more classic look of Beast Man. Get the head on there, and man, look at that. Now that looks really, really classic. Let's pop a hand out. Everything's very modular. You can just pop them right out. There's that duster I was talking about. Thing looks really cool. Pop an open gripped hand in. There's the gripping hand. And we can give him the whip. Let's see if we can get that in there. Man, it's really actually a tight hand. Woo! Really tight hand. Can I get it in there? No luck yet, you guys. I have to kind of like stretch the fingers out and then put it in there. And there it is. Got his whip. Look at that. That is a very classic looking Beast Man. Man, I love it. I'm digging it. I'm totally digging it. He looks amazing. God, what a cool action figure. You put that, look, you could put the red bear back on him. He looks really cool. There's so many options here with new Eternia. I'm totally in love with this idea, this concept of new Eternia. I'm really not Loving that armor piece right there, though. That thing really wants to come off there. Man, Beast Man looks like he's going to fuck shit up, doesn't he? Jeez. Now, let's bring in New Eternia He-Man to kind of get an idea of his scale. Now, you see, he is bigger. He's bulkier. He's definitely wider and bulkier than New Eternia He-Man. He definitely looks like he would threaten the hell out of this He-Man. Looks like he could beat the shit out of him. The thing is, judging by the new possible storyline, he may not be at odds with He-Man. He may be completely ambivalent to He-Man. He may not give a shit at all. He-Man and Beast Man, who knows, could potentially even work together against the evil Skeletor. Really cool to see the scale difference between the two, especially since they're in the same line. They're both New Eternia. Awesomely also is to bring in Origins Beast Man and just look at the comparisons. Make the comparison. Here's the whip. Right, the whip is cool. Gotta have the whip. You see Beast Man's armor. This is Origins Beast Man. The 20, I think, I'm going to say he was in what, wave 2 or 3? 2020, maybe? He's got the shoulder pads, very similar. Very similar shoulder armor. As you can see, he's got the whip. And man, he's got the gold belt with the blue trunks or blue furry trunks, whatever. And with this alternate harness, very much reminds me of the original Beast Man. This thing is awesome. I love New Eternia. I'm so happy with what they're doing. I love this. I love this line. I love what Mattel is doing with everything. They're doing such a great job. New Eternia, so exciting with what it offers as a new take that, like, where they take classic stuff and they mash in the concept art and they're making something completely new. Like with this Beast Man, like, is he good? Is he bad? Is he anti-He-Man? Is he anti-Skeletor? Who knows? Who knows? And that's so cool to have something that's in its 40th year and they're doing brand new shit with it. And that's life, you guys. The thing we should all hope for is that we can, at 40 years, be doing new things. I love the wash on this guy. I did not mention his paint application is so great. He has a nice wash. You can see the fine detail in there in his fur. They're just knocking it out of the park, and I could not be more happy with this. What I hope is next, I am hoping for, at the end of the day, what I want next out of New Eternia, I want to see Mark Taylor's Merman concept, Kongi or Kangi, however you say it. He looks kind of like Marvel's Triton, the Inhuman Triton. And he's got the spiky mace, and that's what I'm hoping for. I want more. I want more from this lineup. I want to see how they could take the classic Merman, like they did here with Beast Man, and mash him up with Mark Taylor's concept. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see from New Eternia. I want to see more of that kind of... It's not really... Is it innovation? I don't know. I mean, obviously you can see where it's coming from, but when they take things like the bear and they have Beast Man wearing the skin and they have him wearing the head. I mean, how cool is this? The skull is straight out of the concept art. I mean, wow, they're doing such a killer job with all of this. I hope they keep it up. You guys, that's my show. This is MOTU Monday. I hope you guys have enjoyed New Eternia Beast Man like as much as I have. I'm going to have him on my shelf with He-Man and Skeletor. I'm absolutely, like you already know, I'm in love with this New Eternia thing, and I hope it continues. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'm working on a Patreon just for this show. I would like to have that up soon. I don't know. It's kind of cool. I think what I'm leaning towards is maybe just using the Patreon towards the budget of buying new action figures to open and review on here. I don't know. I hate to take your money. That's kind of where I'm at with things. I don't really want to do that, but maybe because some of this stuff is getting pricey, that might be what I have to do. Anyway, tune in next time. Adam out. Peace.